Def Leppard had to suspend their current U.S. tour because of some problems with their vocalist, Joe Elliott. Phil Collen is the guitar player with the band, and he joins us now in the interview loft this morning. And the tour resumes May 2nd, and July 9th, they appear at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. So tickets are available for that show, by the way, right now at defleppard.com. And Phil, how bad was Joe? Because we had heard varying stories that, he'd lost his voice totally, and some that just said he needed some R&R.
Well, he was touring with pneumonia for a year. He had walking pneumonia and was soldiering through it. And then on top of that, around Christmas time, he got a really nasty hacking cough, and that really took his voice out. So, when he tried to sing, just nothing came out. And the doctor said, "Look, you've got to stop, otherwise you could burst. There's a blood blister in there. You could burst that, and then it may be really serious. So if you take 5 weeks off, you'd be good to go for another 30 years." But so that's what he did.
I recently saw you on Pawn Stars. I didn't.
Right.
You showed up and you had. I didn't know you painted your own guitars. Yeah,
well, I play Jackson guitars. So Jackson PC1's my signature model, and then for the 30th anniversary, I'd painted 30 guitars and a few extra ones as well. Just like I've got a couple of them as well. And obviously this was like 5 years ago or something like that, and they ended up one of them on there, so I had to go down and verify it. So that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, and you actually got to play it in the story. And what I loved was the reaction of the people around you. They were like, "Oh, wow, this guy can play a little bit." It's great, and they wheel an amplifier. And of course, they've got an amplifier in a pawn shop. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun, actually. Phil Collen is with Def Leppard. Their tour is back on schedule to be here July 9th at the Van Andel Arena. I know you have a book out, Adrenalize, and I don't know if you address this in the book, but what were some of the artists you looked up to when you were coming up as a kid? I think the first thing ever was Deep Purple. It was the first show I ever went to see. They were doing the Machine Head tour, which was, had Smoke on the Water, Highway Star, and I was like 14. That's really why I started playing guitar. But David Bowie was a massive influence, Jimi Hendrix, and then Motown, just lots of different stuff, really, just all different things. So, it was, there was so much, especially coming from London, the Who, the Stones, the Beatles, obviously coming from England, and there was so much going on, coming from London. It was just really exciting, in the 60s, just being around all that music. Did your paths cross in your careers with other big name musicians when you were both before you were famous? I guess so. Yeah, I mean, but you bump into people who are really, really famous. Like you like bump into Stevie Wonder in an elevator or Rod Stewart or something. It's just around there. But just growing up in London, the punk scene was happening. So you'd often run into Billy Idol, who ended up, being Billy Idol, but used to play in this band called Generation X, and so it's just interesting, coming from a city like that where there's a lot going on. You do kind of run into other people all the time. Well, most of the band, and I don't know what your relationship. I mean, as far as ages go, you guys were pretty young when you broke big time, weren't you? Yeah, I'm the oldest one. I was 25. It was my 25th birthday when we went and done the Pyromania, the Photograph and Rock of Ages videos. We done Rock of Ages on my birthday and Photograph on Rick Savage's birthday, which is 2nd and 8th of December. So, I was the oldest one. So it was fairly crazy, actually. But it broke big, like a boy band, really. But we were a rock band, so it had all this other stuff connected to it. So it was a really interesting time period, I've got to say. Can you still remember your first gig with Def Leppard and how it went? Yeah, it was the Marquee Club in London, which, again, I'd played many times. The Beatles, Stones, the Pistols, James Brown, everyone had played there, so it was just an amazing thing. It's a tiny little club. That was great. So and then it went on from there, but it exploded pretty quick. The album Pyromania just took off. It surprised all of us, really, and then we didn't stop. We actually, for 30 years, really, we took 1 year off since I've been in the band, which is 32 years, and that was 2010 when I got married to my wife Helen. But the rest of the time, we were just we have been just busy, either touring or recording.
Def Leppard tour back on schedule July 9th at Van Andel Arena